Today, I'm going to teach you how to make one of the most refreshing drinks of all time based on one of my favorite games and what might be the greatest game of all time, The Legend of Zelda. We're making the Breath of the Wild today. So I always have this debate with my friends or anyone who loves Zelda. I want to know, is Breath of the Wild better than Tears of the Kingdom? Because Tears of the Kingdom improved on Breath of the Wild in every single way. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, it was kind of cool, it made the map bigger. It improved in every single way. But here's the thing, I still think Breath of the Wild is better. So how does that make sense? Well, let me tell you. The game is more original. It was just so much crazier to explore, and it just did all these new things for the very first time, whereas Tears of the Kingdom came in, polished it all, made it better. It just didn't have that novelty. I think in a vacuum, yes, Tears of the Kingdom is the better game, obviously, but they didn't come out like that. Tears of the Kingdom came out almost 10 years later, and while it was great, it will never, ever beat this game. So that's the end of my rant. I want to know what you guys think though, so drop a comment. Here's exactly what you're gonna need to recreate the Breath of the Wild. You know what? I feel like I've been lining up over here. We're gonna need some silver rum. We're gonna need some coconut rum. We're gonna need some blue curacao. A little bit of light pineapple juice. Guys, save the diabetes, use the light stuff. We're gonna need juice from half a lime. This is what gets the drink views. So I've made this drink before. If you know, I love Zelda. I had to make a Breath of the Wild before. And this is kind of a controversial ingredient, a little bit of basil. Basil is a little bit more savory than mint. Mint is super refreshing and super delicious, but this is a little bit more savory refreshing. And I feel like that's what Breath of the Wild was. Yeah, super refreshing, but it was putting like a new type of refreshment onto the Legend of Zelda series. And that's why I think basil makes more sense than mint. But listen here, guys, if you love mint, guess what? It's gonna combine perfectly with these ingredients. Some people might even say better, but guess what? That's their opinion. In my opinion, basil's the champion of this drink. So let's stick with basil and let's start making this drink. We're gonna start off with 1.5 ounces of white rum. Now this is where recipes can get a little confusing. I'm using Cruzan coconut rum. This is only 21%. That is weak, very weak. If you use something stronger, like Bacardi has a coconut rum that's delicious, you're gonna wanna adjust this recipe a little bit, but for a weak coconut rum, just 1.5 ounces is perfect. We're not done with the booze yet. Link is exploring an entire open world. He's gonna need something strong. Let's toss in 1 ounce of blue curacao. A heavy ounce at that. Now let's start adding a little bit more fun. We're gonna add in a bit of fresh basil, freshish basil. This is a little damp, I don't know what happened, but still smells really refreshing. It just doesn't feel refreshing. You know what, we're gonna make it work. Now for your lime, you always wanna roll it, squeeze it, do all those nice things and make it juicy before you squeeze it. Ideally, we want at least 1/2 ounce, but we do have that pineapple in there for a little added tartness, so it's not the end of the world if we don't get a full 3/4 ounce and we just stick with 1/2 ounce. Toss that bad boy in. Oh, and we got it on the first try. I knew I'd get good at this. And finally, let's add in 3 ounces of pineapple juice. Light stuff, guys. We want to do the light stuff. Do you know what's next? I hope. I hope you know what's next. I'm gonna crack in some ice. And now we shake. Let's give that a nice refreshing pour. Oh, look at that color. That is beautiful. It's creamy, delicious, probably a little bit nutritious. So to make this a little bit prettier, a little bit greener, let's toss in 2 beautiful pineapple fronds. And cheers, that is the Breath of the Wild. I mean, come on. It just looks refreshing. The color is kind of unique. I don't feel like I have a lot of drinks that come out this like teal, blue, purple deliciousness. It's nice and foamy despite there being no egg white in there. Oh, I don't even need to try it. I don't want to put my eye out there, so. Oh man. How would you describe this? Without chugging the whole thing to describe it, I think the easiest way to sum this one up would be a breath of tropical fresh air. It's not an unbalanced savory. It's a sweet tropical savory, if that makes sense. You got the coconut, you got the citrus, you got the exotic pineapple citrus. You got a lot of stuff working together. That coconut is really what completes it for me. Coconut pineapple, you got a pina colada vibe in there that's just been twisted, rolled around in fresh grass and basil, and it's just, oh, it's refreshing and it's good and it's something I need to take another sip of. Yeah, that's bomb. Oh, I've been saying it a lot, but man, this might be one of my favorite drinks yet again. But this one has been around. I've modified it, just, tweaked it here, refreshed it here. This might be one of my top 5 drinks ever. I mean, god dang it. If you're gonna try one of my drinks, just one, it's not that hard. We got blue curacao, pineapple, coconut, regular rum. The only weird thing is gonna be basil, but guys, trust me, the basil's a must. And if you can't do the basil, do it with mint, it'll still be delicious. Cheers to the second best Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. You make for an amazing game and an even better drink. Until next time, guys, please do not forget to leave a comment, subscribe, share the video, and just at the bare minimum, leave a like. See ya.